Today we're going to be durability testing two phones at the same time, the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the iPhone 12 mini. Honestly, there isn't a whole lot of difference between the phones except for the size, but the size is enough that we should check the structural integrity. After all, the Max is the biggest iPhone Apple has ever made. Quick little cash fact with Jerry though, this $10 bill might look normal from the outside. It's got Alexander Hamilton on the front, you know, the guy from the musical. But when you shine a light behind the bill, the ghost of Alexander Hamilton appears, which is kind of spooky since he was killed in a pistol duel. Huge thanks to Ridge Wallets for sponsoring time to durability test the new iPhones. Let's get started. The iPhone 12 Pro that we've already tested is the medium-sized version, which sits between each of these new iPhones. The physical design is the same, the only thing that really changes is the size. And the fact that the mini is made from aluminum instead of stainless steel, but we'll get to that in a minute. As you can see, there is no charger in either of the boxes, but Apple is always removing something, so no surprises there. The size difference, though, is surprising. The Max is pretty much the same size as my Note 10 Plus, and the mini is about the size of the old iPhone SE. The phones are mirror images of each other, 4 icons to a row on either device. Personally, I think with more screen real estate on the Max, it would be nice if the larger iPhone could fit more stuff. Or even do a split screen like the Androids can. Maybe they'll catch up in a couple years. Another difference between the phones is the camera units. The iPhone mini only has 2 cameras, while the Max has 3. I'll get to that more in a second. The mini starts at $729, while the Max is $1,099. As far as the screen material goes, Apple is using their new ceramic shield on the display. Ceramic shield is their special form of glass that has ceramic crystals embedded into the glass matrix. Yeah, we've already tested this once, but what's better than one test? 3. Ceramics usually scratch at around 8 or 9 on most scale of hardness. It's right up there with sapphire, and I'm no materials expert. But Apple says by embedding ceramic crystals into the glass matrix, it's improved the shatter resistance, but they don't mention much about the scratch resistance. After working my way up through most scale of hardness, we can take a look at the screen, and we do see scratches at level 6 with deeper grooves at a level 7. But with that being said, it does look like the level 6 scratches are much less prominent than usual. We see the same thing on the Max, which also has ceramic shield. The level 6 scratches are there, just not as visible. It's hard to accurately show with just one phone, since it is still glass. The difference becomes much more dramatic when we see a ceramic shield placed next to the regular glass from last year. If we look at the previous iPhone 11, the difference in damage is much more visible. So while both screens can scratch at level 6, I do think Corning is onto something with this new ceramic shield stuff. It does seem slightly more scratch resistant, and it's even more impressive if those 4 times more shatter resistant claims are true. But no matter how durable a smartphone claims to be, it's always just better to accidentally scratch or damage a $10 screen protector instead of the $1,000 phone. Accidents happen. Since the screen on these new phones is totally flat, the brand screen protector sits just over the frame. The Red Mini has the screen protector installed while the Max does not. So if the phone ever does come in contact with something sketchy, like a razor blade rubbing all up on the surface, or, you know, a power drill, sorry Siri. With the screen protector, there is nothing to stress about. Since not only is the screen protector undamaged, the phone is even more undamaged with its protective layer. I'll leave a link for this screen protector down in the video description. After 2020, we all deserve a little less stress. Speaking of damage though, it's time to check the difference between aluminum and stainless steel. The iPhone 12 mini has the aluminum frame. Aluminum is a softer metal, and as we can see, it covers every single side of the phone. Stainless steel is quite a bit harder. My razor struggles getting a good bite, since the blade is made from stainless steel as well. The painted surface can still scratch, so it's not invincible. Stainless is also heavier than aluminum, but I'm a fan of that. Heavy phones just have a nicer feel to them. The back glass is also different. The Mini has a smooth, glossy feel, while the Max is textured or frosted. The cameras as well are different. The Mini mimics the iPhone 12's 2 cameras, with its 12 megapixel normal and 12 megapixel ultra-wide lens, while the larger iPhone, the Max, mimics the iPhone 12 Pro's 3 cameras. It does have slightly larger sensor sizes, which we'll have to see from the inside during the teardown. It's got the 12 megapixel normal lens, the wide-angle lens, and a 2.5 times telephoto lens, which is half a point improvement over the iPhone 12 Pro's 2 times zoom. The Max has a LiDAR camera as well. It is odd that Apple would only increase the telephoto by 0.5, while other phones exist with 5 and 10 times optical zoom. But they do like playing it safe. The iPhone Mini has a 5.4-inch display, while the Max has a 6.7-inch. Both are the Super Retina OLED. It's kind of like the proverbial David and Goliath, except for neither of these phones are the good guy, since they're both just trying to take your money. I left my lighters in place for about 50 seconds, which is a pretty long time. Neither of the phones sustained any permanent damage, minus the oleophobic layer evaporating, of course. The OLED pixels are unaffected. Makes me wonder if those ceramic crystals are doing a better job of insulating from the heat. Now, for the bin test. Can the aluminum frame of the iPhone 12 Mini hold up under pressure? When bending from the back, there is a very subtle give to the frame, but no curve, cracks, or kinks to speak of. Nor when bent from the front. The iPhone 12 Mini is a solid little tank of a smartphone, right alongside its regular-sized iPhone 12 Pro. The iPhone 12 Pro Max, though, with its increased physical size and footprint, is also a non-flexing structural behemoth. The stainless steel with its inlaid glass panels on front and back are incredibly stiff, even with its ginormous size. Apple has once again made some structurally solid phones. They are, of course, still glass on both sides and still need to be protected. But other than that, structurally, this new generation of iPhones feels and looks pretty great. The display of the Mini is freaking out a bit, not being as responsive as it should be, probably from the fire. But a quick turning off of the screen and turning it back on again corrects the touch sensitivity and brings it back to normal. Which of these phones do you want to see taken apart? I'm leaning towards the Max so we can see how much bigger those sensors are inside of the camera. And I have to redeem myself for breaking the iPhone 12 Pro screen in front of everyone.